Kemi Badenoch's free speech conservatives have banned Byline Times from their party conference. I'm going to read into this more from Byline Times. So the ban on covering the party's annual gathering came despite Badenoch's repeated commitments to fight for free speech and a free press. Yes, guys, Kemi Badenoch is fighting for free speech and free press by banning Byline Times so that they can only have the kind of free speech and free press that they want. Yeah. Hypocrites, absolute hypocrites. No different than Reform UK, by the way, just for the record, but they've always been in the conversation. But the Conservatives, by the way, who are looking really, really bad right now, like they really are falling down the hill. And let's hope that they lose a lot of seats at the next local and general election, a lot more, because we really do want to see them get kicked to the curb, because these people still in their right minds think that what they've done over the last 14 years of power that they had from 2010, sharing it with the Lib Dems for 5 years, all the way up to when they finally got the boot last year back from Labour in 2024. They're still to this day, still not sorry for what they've done. They're still not sorry for partying while people were dying during the pandemic. They're still not sorry for putting an insane Prime Minister in Liz Truss in charge of Number 10, which, by the way, we had no say whatsoever on. They're still not sorry for the relentless scandals that were consistently coming out of Number 10 from the Conservatives. They're still not sorry for the amount of money, taxpayer money, that was wasted, that was given to friends and whatnot as well during the COVID times and other times that they've been helping out their friends. Matt Hancock, you remember him as Health Secretary? They're not sorry for any of it, guys. The word of sorry does not come into their vocabulary. So if you've lost a loved one, or if you're wrong, if you're worse off, or if you're homeless, if you are in a hole because of circumstances and decisions made by made by the Conservative government in the last 15 years, they don't give a damn about you. And they still don't give a damn about you. And if you're still going to vote for them, they're just going to laugh in your face saying, you are stupid, you know that? Because that's all it is. They don't care about you. They really, really don't. They really, really don't. I cannot stress. Like, I have my grievances with Reform UK. I really, really do. But please don't waste your time thinking of voting for a party like the Conservatives when they have no morals whatsoever. They have no sympathy for the damage that they have done. They have no regrets about anything that they have done whatsoever. None whatsoever. And their leader was part of the previous regime as opposed to the rest of their shadow cabinet. Like, if they had a reshuffle and the leader and the people around the new shadow cabinet were completely different from from the Conservative government, I would think very differently of them right now. But these are the same people. They're all the same people. They have not learned anything. They really haven't. Because they don't care. They honestly don't care. And all they're trying to do right now, they are trying so hard to be Reform UK. They think that they can get voters back from Reform UK to them. That's the worst part about it. At the same time, Reform UK are nabbing people left, right and centre from their party. It's ridiculous. They can't even think of coming up with their own ideas. That's how pathetic the Conservative Party have gone. They have fallen so far down. It is just an embarrassing party. So, the Conservative Party, whose leader Kemi Badenoch has repeatedly pledged to fight for free speech, has banned Byline Times from attending her party's annual conference. The party gave no explanation for the ban, but a Conservative official said that the decision had been taken by our media team. Yeah, because they don't want... Yeah, free speech, yeah? Free speech, right? Banning Byline Times. A respectable media outlet has been banned, yeah? The ban comes despite Byline Times having previously been approved to cover Conservative conference under the leadership of Badenoch's predecessor Rishi Sunak, Liz Truss and Boris Johnson. As a member of Parliament's press lobby, I've also attended conferences under the leadership of Theresa and David Cameron. At no point over those more than 10 years were any complaints made to me or any issues raised about my attendance at the annual event. Spokesperson said in a statement, I'm sorry to inform you that your media registration has not been approved by our media team this year. This decision was made following a thorough review of all accreditation requests. And I can understand this may be a disappointing news, particularly given your long-standing attendance and engagement with the event. No explanation. We generally value your past participation and coverage you provided over the years. Please be assured that the decision was not taken lightly. The ban comes despite Badenoch's repeat commitments to uphold free speech and support for the free press. No, this is media suppression is what this is. Free speech is a conservative principle and is under threat, Badenoch said earlier this year, insisting we must fight for it. Silencing free speech harms democracy, culture and individual resilience, which is exactly what she's just done here. The ban follows as this news organisation last year revealing how Conservative Party councillors had posed for the cameras as supposedly ordinary workers in order to ask questions of Rishi Sunak during the televised election campaign event. Oh, yeah, that story. They weren't happy about that, were they? Well, they shouldn't have done it then. He also revealed in 2023 how the party had secretly exempted selected media organisations from its previous plans to charge journalists for attending its conference. The money-raising plans were later withdrawn entirely. A leader in free speech campaign group described the decision to ban Byline Times from the Conservative conference as concerning. Concerning that news from the Conservative-led Kemi Badenoch had banned Byline Times from attending that annual conference, ironically amid the party's claim to uphold free speech, a spokesperson said. The spokesperson for the Conservative leader was contacted for comment but did not respond by the time of publication. The ban follows a series of other media organisations also being banned from covering the upcoming Reform UK conference. Like the Conservatives, Nigel Farage's party has also made protecting free speech a central campaign issue. The Reform leader was confronted at US congressional hearing about free speech on Wednesday after his party banned a series of critical news organisations, including The New World and Desmog, from covering its own party conference. Byline Times has previously also been blocked from attending the party's events, but they're all for free speech, aren't they, Reform UK? Asked about the bans, Farage boasted about the number of questions he takes at press conferences, while failing to deal with the questions about some of the news organisations banned from ever asking questions at them, saying that only somebody else may have banned them. Yeah, of course. Adam Biankov is a highly respected journalist there, and it's ridiculous to have him banned. He's simply doing his job. You don't have to agree with his outlook, but because Byline Times are growing and are becoming a voice for voiceless people, because there's obviously other media outlets that benefit them, they have been banned from the Conservatives. And we know that the Reform are going to suppress a lot of media, and the Conservatives are looking to follow suit. And this is really, really dangerous. This is so dangerous, this kind of thing. It's wrong in every way, shape or form. And here's the thing, right? You can disagree with Byline Times and some of their articles and stories and journalists and whatnot, but you cannot tell me that you are an advocate for free speech while also saying that they are right to ban the Byline Times from the Conservative conference or from Reform conference or from other conference, because then you are against free speech. You are against free speech. You are against people being able to speak, being able to hear different points of view here. Now, this kind of free speech that we're talking about here, about journalists being able to do this, is not the same comparison as to Lucy Conaway and her tweets, where she advocated to burning and killing migrants' asylums in hotels. That's a very different. That's not free speech. That's hatred, and that's what Lucy is. Yeah, it's not the same comparison. It's not. And I know there's going to be dumbasses who are going to make that comparison in the comments below. But for those with common sense, what do you guys think? What do you guys make of this story about the Kemi Badenoch and the Conservative Party decision to ban Byline Times from their conference? Let me know your thoughts and more down in the comment section below. Now, if you found this video informative or helpful to you, hit the like button, share it across social media, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Do check out Rumble and Patreon for exclusive content. And if you want to financially support me instead of the Conservative Party, who actually want to suppress free speech, instead of wasting your money on them, why not put your money towards a YouTuber who's not going to BS you by becoming a YouTube member for as little as 99p. The join button is literally down below. So thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon.